Hi everyone and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Rosanna and today we're making, guess what? That's right, we're making guacamole. I'll be showing you 3 different ways on how to make the same recipe. We're gonna have so much fun and believe me, I'm gonna have a guacamole fiesta right after this video. So let's get started. Start by slicing 2 ripe and creamy avocados. It's the perfect base for this guacamole. With your hands, twist to separate both halves. With the avocado half on the cutting board, tap the seed with a knife, then twist to remove it. To remove the seed, use a kitchen napkin and push gently on the seed. It should release easily. To detach the flesh, simply insert a spoon between the flesh and the skin of the avocado and make your way around. Transfer into a medium-sized bowl big enough to mix all the ingredients and proceed to mash the aguacates. I'll be using a whisk to press down, but you can also use a potato masher or a fork. Be careful not to puree it since we want to preserve a chunky consistency. Add in half of a large Roma tomato diced. If you want to remove the seeds, you can. It can help get rid of excess liquids. I won't remove mine because that's the way we've always made it at home. Also add a quarter of a large white onion, half of a serrano pepper, and they both need to be diced. We cannot forget the cilantro for the aroma and flavor it contributes. I'm using a quarter of a cup and it needs to be chopped. Drizzle the juice of half of a lime. This can vary depending on the amount of juice the lime has. So if it needs more, feel free to add it. Lastly, season with salt to taste and marry all the ingredients by folding with a spoon, being careful not to break the chunks of avocado we left on purpose. I usually add 1 whole serrano, but this one right here turned out very spicy, so half will do. Jalapeños are also a good option, but I prefer the serrano because it is spicier and slightly earthy. Remember to taste, and if you're not serving the guacamole right away, place a sheet of plastic wrap directly on top of the guacamole to keep the air out and prevent it from browning. I'll place it in the fridge so we can move on. For the second method, I like to use a blender to make a special sauce that's going to enhance the smoky, earthy serrano qualities in the recipe. Combine in a blender half of a serrano pepper, 1/8 of a white onion, a small bunch of cilantro, the juice of 2 limes, which will help everything puree with no issues. Puree for a few seconds. You want everything to break down and infuse. By the way, if you're like me and you tend to smell whatever you pureed in the blender, don't smell this one. It smells spicy. The pepper really broke down and released its spicy aroma. Okay, here's the consistency of the sauce. It looks perfect. Go ahead and mash up 2 avocados, add the sauce in small portions, and adjust to your liking. Now add in a 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro, half of a Roma tomato, and a 1/4 of a large white onion. Also add half of a teaspoon of dry oregano into the palm of your hand and rub to break it down. Then release over the guacamole for its sharp, earthy green flavor. Season with salt to taste and mix until just combined. If you taste it and it feels it needs more of the sauce, feel free to add. The sauce at first has a very spicy smell, but this one turned out mild in heat, so I'm going to add most of it. You can control the heat by adding more or less. Remember, you are the boss here. When ready, cover with plastic wrap like we did with the first guacamole, and let's move on to the next one. Oh my goodness, you know things are about to get serious when you bring out the molcajete. But before we continue, I want to invite you to subscribe, give this molcajete a huge thumbs up, and remember to click the notification bell. Let's continue. Now for an explosion of flavor. The molcajete is out and it wants to be used. Add 2 tablespoons of diced white onion from the half a cup we will need. 2 tablespoons of diced Serrano peppers, or as much as you desire. 2 tablespoons of roughly chopped cilantro from the quarter cup we will need. A small amount of salt to help us break everything into a paste. Don't go overboard with the salt. We will season at the end. Take the rock called tejolote and start pressing down to release flavors and oils as we mash everything down. The process as a whole is worth it. Molcajetes make everything taste better and the experience is lovely. Once you have everything mashed into a paste-like consistency, it's time for the 2 delicious, fresh and creamy avocados. Again, carefully mash with the rock as we preserve the chunky consistency. This looks and it's so satisfying. Top with the remainder of the white onion, half of a Roma tomato, and the rest of the cilantro. We are almost there. Squeeze half of a lime over it and season with salt to taste. Fold everything with a spoon while the distinguished flavors come to life, creating a mix that is impossible to resist. You can serve this as an appetizer with chips or a side to an entree. I'm personally guilty of making me a guacamole taco. That's right, I'm a girl who loves guacamole. Ooh, this fiesta has begun. I have to tell you, this right here is my weakness. All right, let's give this a taste. This is incredible. I mean, it's so fresh. If I could describe this guacamole right here in one word, it would be heavenly. It is incredible, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you try it out at home. Come back and let me know how it went down in the comment area because I would love to hear back from you. All right, remember you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing guacamole rest of your day.